Hi, I'm Bob Kutschbach, the owner and broker of Carleton Realty, and I'd like to talk to you about lead paint hazards in homes. It's a very serious issue, especially if you have children or grandchildren that will be in your home. So our advice to you is learn about lead paint hazards. Now, if you're buying or you're leasing a home built before 1978, federal law requires that you be given a disclosure about lead paint, and the disclosure looks like this. So that you are aware that the house may have lead paint hazards. Why are we so concerned about lead paint? Well, it causes developmental delays in children, and these delays are permanent. So it's very, very important that children not be exposed to and ingest lead. Lead comes from many sources, but the number one source is lead paint that was used in many homes before 1978. Lead can also come from lead solder in old pipes and things like that. So testing the water is also a wise thing to do. But the thing I want to talk to you about today is lead paint hazards. Federal law also requires the purchaser or tenant of a house built before 1978 to be given a brochure on how to protect your family from lead in your home. It goes through all of the precautions that a renter or homeowner should use to make sure that lead does not contaminate the home. I have for you today a sample of lead paint. We've actually sent this out to a lab and had it confirmed. But this is paint that was peeling off the outside of a home in a neighborhood. And as you can see, oftentimes it's a little thicker and it's also pliable, okay? And you can't necessarily tell just from the paint chip, but I thought I'd give you an example of what lead paint might look like. One of the greatest sources of lead contamination actually comes from old wood windows. Even though the lead paint has been painted over, oftentimes many times, in the years since it was first installed, you see when an old wood window is raised or lowered, that lead paint that's 3 layers deep is still sifting off and creating lead dust. And while you think that polishing your furniture or dusting is helping, it's actually spreading that lead dust and contaminating everything. Contaminating the child's toys, the child's bedding, things like that. Other people decide to rehab their houses and they sand the lead off. Well, when that lead becomes airborne, it gets into the cracks of the hardwood floor, it gets into the furnace ducts. So truly, lead can contaminate a home in many, many ways. So, if you're concerned about this, if you live in an older home, if there are likely to be children in that home, you definitely want to get a copy of Protect Your Family from Lead in Your Home and read it and incorporate the ideas. You also should have your water tested, especially if it has old plumbing lines. So if you'd like a copy of any of these documents, if you'd like a copy of the lead paint disclosure form or the lead paint brochure, just give us a call. We'll be glad to send you out a free copy. And thank you for listening. For more information, visit us online at carletonrealty.com or call our office at 614-891-0000.